I'd like to thank you guys for being here. We are the New Mexico Stars. I am Tracy Duran, my coaching staff, Carlos Kavanaugh, DeAndre Wright, and the gentleman I'm here to announce, Mr. John Fourcade. So I got to tell a story before I bring Mr. Fourcade up to talk. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a New Orleans Saints fan. Everybody. Now, I became a Saints fan in 1986, the first year Mr. Fourcade played for the New Orleans Saints. So, it's just an amazing feeling to have the gentleman that helped became an obsession to you over the years now working with us. So, Mr. Fourcade, I'd like to say thank you for coming on board with us. What our plan today is to introduce our uniforms. The New Mexico Beauties will come up in a second, and they'll go ahead and show you guys off our uniforms. We're going to go ahead and have our coaches go ahead and speak, say a few words on what their goals, missions are, as well as then Mr. Fourcade. We will end it at that point with questions, and I'm sure there's plenty of them. All right, so let's get this going. New Mexico Beauties, come on up. New Mexico Beauties is a local organization. Right up front, guys. Is a local organization that have done a lot of modeling, pinup modeling. They're very supportive of the New Mexico Stars. So we have both number 7s here. These are the home and away, red and black. We don't decide which one until we get on the field. They're brand new with our new logo. They're very tight fitting. If anybody would like to touch them, feel them, please do, just not the ladies. All right. So there's our uniforms. We also do have our new helmets that I'm going to give one of these young ladies to carry, as well as our new footballs. All right. Everything we're doing with the New Mexico Stars this year is completely different than previously. The New Mexico Stars are a premier professional indoor football team in the state of New Mexico who do play at the Santa Ana Star Center. We originally formed in 2012, but TNC Duran LLC took ownership in 2015 and playing in 2016. Obviously, on March the 11th, which has already passed, we have won our first game against the Steel City Menace. The score was 34-14. We had 5 interceptions, and if I'm not mistaken, anybody correct me, but 6 sacks that game. So it was a complete domination by the New Mexico Stars. It was an incredible game. It was an incredible feeling. Not too many times a year ago we could imagine this happening. So with that, we fought hard. My team has fought hard. I'm glad that they believe in us, and I'm glad that they have bought into the system we bring. I can't thank each and every one of you guys enough for making this dream come true. You guys are helping us rebuild the dream, and obviously we're here to help you guys rebuild the dream. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Carlos to talk about our win, as well as talk about the team. So Mr. Carlos Kavanaugh, head coach.
Thank y'all for being here. This year's team put together me, myself, Tracy Duran, and our defensive coordinator, Coach DeAndre Wright. Tried to get the group of guys that is gel well together, fight hard for each other on the field and off the field, who can come together as one unit. Our main mission, and pretty much our only mission this year, is AIF championship. If we don't win the championship, I feel like this year we're coming up short. With the talent we have and the knowledge we have, the whole thing we're preaching is championship. So our mission and our goal is AIF championship. Thank you.
All right, Mr. DeAndre Wright, the world famous DeAndre Wright. Played for the University of New Mexico, earned many, many, many honors there. Drafted in the 6th round by the New York Giants. He was played in the league for a few years, and he comes to us as a very experienced defensive coordinator. And obviously it showed, because I already mentioned 5 interceptions and 6 sacks in the first game. So, Mr. DeAndre Wright.
I'm going to make this short and quick. Speaking on last game, got some guys back there. Basically, I mean, from day one, I just told them, just go out there and play as men. I'm gonna talk to you as men, and I'm gonna treat you as men. And all you gotta do is just go out there and perform. It showed last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. I don't remember, but we got the win. They came out strong. Just hopefully this week they'll do a repeat performance, maybe better. Other than that, like Coach Carlos said though, chasing after one thing, that's the championship. 90% of that is up to y'all, 10% is us, because all we doing is play calling. So other than that, that's all I gotta say.
Now, I forgot one thing. I'd like to bring my players up because I'd like to introduce you guys. So come on up here, gentlemen. Come on, all of you. You guys want to form a line over here? First player I'd like to introduce you to is Gerald Blockman. Gerald Blockman comes to us from California. He's had many, many experiences. He is our nose tackle on the defense. So Mr. Gerald Blockman. Next. Mr. Percy Turner. This is Mr. Percy Turner. He is an athlete. He is our starting quarterback, as well as can play wide receiver cornerback. He comes to us from Mississippi, care of the Amarillo Venom. It's a heck of a pickup to have some of these gentlemen. So Mr. Percy Turner. This gentleman is Marty Tenner. Marty Tenner is known as Mr. ESPN. He's been filmed from college, making some flip plays that made the top 10. Correct, Marty?
Yes, sir.
All right. Marty comes to us from Mississippi too. He's a running back, and he's a heck of a running back. He also comes to us care of the Amarillo Venom. So Mr. Marty Tenner. All right. This is Brashad Booker. Brashad is a cornerback. Came to us care of Kansas. Played in a Kansas couple teams up there. He is a cornerback. He is one of the gentlemen that caught an interception at the March 11th game.
Should have had about 3.
According to DeAndre, he should have had about 3, but we got to look at them hands to make sure he ain't got no. We had to put super glue on him or what for him. But Mr. Booker here, guys. Thank you. All right, this is Kowalski Tenner. Kowalski Tenner comes to us again from Mississippi. Mr. Kowalski has been a athlete, cornerback, wide receiver, whatever needs to be done. Mr. Kowalski's there to do it. He is fast, strong, and he's hurt, according to him. So this is Kowalski Tenner, guys. This is Gerard Kaufman. Gerard Kaufman is another athlete, cornerback, wide receiver, quarterback. He comes to us via New Orleans, Louisiana. He has played in several different indoor games. So we're very lucky to have him. We've got a lot of super athletes, and each and every one of them are greatly appreciated. So Gerard Kaufman. You guys should be able to recognize this gentleman. He is local. Okay? Chris Hernandez graduated from Rio Grande. Looked at by UNM, went to UNM, passed on twice? Just once. Local kid that everybody just doesn't believe that, that anybody passed on this gentleman. He's a starting linebacker. He's played semi-pro as well as he's played professional league last year. He is also our youngest player too, I was just informed. But I got a message for UNM and all the other colleges in New Mexico. You guys missed one here. So always look inside before you look outside. So Chris Hernandez. Come on, Curtis Green. Curtis Green. If anybody saw the game, Curtis Green ran a kickoff back for a touchdown. So he was part of that score of 34-14. Curtis has played with Coach Carlos in the past in Kansas. So he's been on several different teams. He is a little quick guy, 4'3", 40? Or is it quicker? Give or take 4'3". So he comes to us with lots of experience, lots of speed. So it's Curtis Green here. Thank you, Curtis. All right, Charles Johnson here, also known as CJ. He is a wide receiver. He is 6'5"? 6'4"? 6'4". Throw it up. 6'4", better come down with it. Charles did not play the first game because he was injured, but we look forward to seeing him on Saturday with the West Texas Renegades in El Paso. So Charles comes to us via a couple different guys. He went to college with one of our players, and he's played with Carlos in Kansas. So it was a great pickup because we already have gel and camaraderie with the gentleman. So CJ, thank you. Now, I hate to say it, but this is the man of the hour for the defense. Okay? This is Kendrick Kazi, known as KC. He is the starting linebacker as well as the anchor to the defense. So, KC, you had 5 sacks on March the 11th? Oh, 3 sacks. Okay, he's being modest, gentlemen. But KC comes to us from Mississippi also via Amarillo Venom. KC is an amazing linebacker, guys. He really does anchor this defense and will be hopefully anchoring it for quite some time. So Mr. Kendrick Kazi, KC, thank you so much. Okay, this big guy, he's 6'7". He's very, very tall. His name is Deron Jefferson via California. Deron came to us playing semi-pro ball out in California after playing in college. He anchors some of the linemen. Obviously, with his size, I can't put him at a running back. So, he has got some great lineage with his family playing former ball as well as former NFL player. So, Mr. Deron Jefferson, guys. Thank you, Deron. Now, Mr. Dwight Hamilton here. Boy, oh boy, the stories I can tell you about Dwight. Dwight comes from California, again, a friend of some of the other players that we were lucky to grab, defensive end. Dwight has played at Santa Monica Community College, as well as some semi-pro ball in California. So Dwight, did you have sacks that last game? I think you had a half?
Yeah, sorry.
He had a half sack. He is... And half of a fumble. So if anybody watches the archive video, you will see somebody try to catch a ball against a wall or roll on a ball with his feet. I don't understand how you plan on doing that, but you do. So this is, we appreciate you coming along, Mr. Dwight Hamilton, so thank you. All right, this is lineage, guys, right here. Lineage. This is PJ Smith. Played here in New Mexico at NIMI. Also, like I said, he comes from lineage, former family member in the NFL, still holds the rushing record of the Super Bowl. PJ Smith is a running back, just an amazing kid. He's been with us since day one, which we started a year ago in May. But he's been there truly with us, helping us grow, and it's great to see how he's matured in over a year. He's never played professional football until now. But to see him grow and to see his dedication has been, I can't say enough about him. He's been an amazing gentleman. So thank you, PJ. Okay, this little cannonball here. Sorry, he is a monster gentleman. He is also a running back. He comes to us. What did you play? You played college at?
Memphis and Point University.
Okay, he played college at Memphis. Endpoint. You can see him on the film breaking some tackles, moving some yardage, which is amazing because when he first got to us, I thought his muscles were too big to hold a football. But he's an incredible character. Very quiet, but we're lucky to have him too. As you guys can see in West Texas, in El Paso, what this guy's going to do. So I appreciate you being on board with us. Okay. He doesn't want me to introduce his name, so he already took off. Okay. This is Jeff Bradley, also known as JB, defensive end. He's another gentleman that came to us from California via some friends who are playing with us. He played semi-pro ball out there, but he comes in with a lot of height. Stretch out your arms. Come on now. He's got a wingspan of the biggest bird in the world. You know, just a great kid, very quiet. He comes from Mississippi, so he's very respectful. But Mr. Jeff Bradley, guys, thank you. Darius Chapman, Darius. Cornerback, played for us, came from us from Carlos, played with him out in Kansas. You can probably see him on the film dropping some interceptions. He's another gentleman that is a cornerback for us. It's just an amazing secondary. Just an amazing. Darius Chapman is a strong contributor, starting for us. So you guys can see him hit some people, and I've never seen a guy that just goes for it. So thank you, Mr. Darius Chapman. All right, we've got Mr. El Paso, played for UTEP. This is Jamil. Okay, come on, Jamil, come on over. He's another one of our youngsters. Okay.
You got another camera over here, make sure you
As obviously everybody can tell, Jamil is a character here. This is his first year. He graduated from UTEP last year. You guys can see he had 2 interceptions during this last game. His attitude, his personality is very, but attractive on that part. So ladies, he is taken, so I cannot guarantee that. Hey, he's in love with the game of football. What can I say? Football comes first. So here's Jamil. Thank you so much. Oh, wait, real quick. I got a story to tell you. I do have a story to tell you about Jamil. Come up here, Jamil. All right. Jamil was one of the gentlemen that I almost lost. Called me up, asked to come back, and being an idiot, I made the kid beg. And I can't believe that this gentleman stuck by me through it. And I almost lost one of the best cornerbacks you could have ever imagined. But I'm so glad that he stayed with us, and he trusted us, and that he sticks with us. So thank you again, man, for trusting me.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm not going to say it, Levon. Levon Macon. Levon Macon is from California. He's got swag, obviously. He is our resident model, obviously. Last year he played for the LA Kiss. He's played several indoor games for several teams. You can see him on film. Speedster, 4.32 also? Right around what Curtis Green runs. So we were lucky to have him with all the experience, especially coming from A1. So Mr. Levon Macon, I'm still not going to say it, but it's Macon Bacon. So as well as our fashion model. So thank you. Royale Johnson. Okay, Royale Johnson is a Texas boy. Played in Amarillo previously. You can see him grab 2 interceptions, 2 on the first game film. Royale is soft-spoken, but he puts it out on the field. I have to congratulate him. He just did come back from a tryout with the Green Bay Packers, which we will find out in the next couple weeks because he's got to go back to run another 40. And it's just going to be crazy to have some of these guys moving up so fast. So Royale, I appreciate you coming to us. You and a couple of the other gentlemen that came from Amarillo, we're so blessed to have everybody. So thank you. All right, here's another local kid. UNM, you guys screwed up again. This is Josh Carson. Josh Carson is an amazing story. Came from Sandia, okay, as a tight end, overlooked by UNM and several other colleges. He ended up gaining weight, playing in semi-pro. He played for the Stars 2 years ago as a defensive end. Between the last year that we were off and this year, the gentleman has lost, obviously, a lot of weight. He became agile. He went back to catching the ball. He can throw this ball anywhere, and this kid is somewhere near it, and he's grabbing it, whether it's going over somebody, under somebody, around somebody, or through somebody. So Mr. Josh Carson, again, another local guy that we cannot say enough about, been with us since day one, and I'm glad that he came out and tried it again and made sure that this time we weren't going to let this kid go. So thank you, Josh. All right, now guys, here's the man of the hour, Mr. John Fourcade, formerly of the New Orleans Saints. Brings so much experience from A1, A2, indoor from GM, ownership, as well as I'm just so blessed to have a New Orleans Saints. I mean, come on now, how many times in your life can you say you got one next to you? So he's also a good friend, but here's Mr. John Fourcade.
Thank you, guys. I got to first and foremost make a comment as far as you saying you were growing up watching me. I am not the age that y'all going to post in the paper. I'm about 12 years, 13 years younger than that. So, you know, he embarrassed me by telling me he saw me play when he was young. I am not that old. I do walk like I'm that old. I found out that I have 75-year-old knees. After 14 operations on my body, I feel when the doctor tells me that. But thanks for bringing up the old memories. It was a great memory. Real quickly, I know one of our reporters was here, brought a magazine out back when I first got to play in the NFL. I was very fortunate to be able to play for my hometown team, the New Orleans Saints. Born and raised there. Went to school at Ole Miss, and you know, people laugh at me because why'd you leave Louisiana and go to Ole Miss? I said because they paid better than LSU did. And one thing to let you know, I broke every one of Archie Manning's records at Ole Miss. But, you know, records are made to be broken because then comes Eli Manning. He breaks all of my records, so I have nothing left. I do. I have one record left at Ole Miss. I have the most interceptions in one season. That I don't think anybody's going to break that. I think it was 20 to 22 interceptions in 1 year. So it was a rough year for me that year. But it was enjoyable when I played with the New Orleans Saints. I was very fortunate. Left there, being injured, left the Saints. Played arena ball, got involved in arena football. And to go back, before I became a New Orleans Saints football player, I played in the Arena Football League with the Denver Dynamite. We won the first ever Arena Football Championship ever, Denver Dynamite. And people keep saying, well, Kurt Warner was the first quarterback to ever play in the NFL. BS. I was the first quarterback to ever leave the Indoor Arena Football League to go to an NFL team. I was the first quarterback to play in the NFL from Arena Football, and I got to start for the New Orleans Saints. I was very thrilled and honored that happened. It led me to where I am today because when I left the NFL, I got involved in the indoor game. Started some teams in Mississippi, and we had a dominating team there. And we won some championships in a different league. Then I got involved coaching in the indoor game. I was involved coaching in arena football too. Played for some championships. So what makes me qualified to come here? When Tracy called me a couple of weeks ago, I said, I can't make it for your first game. He said, well, we're on TV. I went, wow, great. So it was streamlined. I said, let me decide after that game what I'm going to do. I watched you guys play. I watched the game. I saw some good things in there. The coaching staff did a magnificent job there. Granted, it was their first game of the season. Nobody knew what to expect, and I didn't know what to expect watching the game. I ended up watching the game, and I've been out of arena football for about 4 years. I do TV and radio in New Orleans. I have my own television show. It airs in New Orleans, as well as if you got cable or direct, you can actually watch me in other states. I also do a radio show there. We do after the Saints game, and I've been doing that for a good 10 to 12 years, TV and radio. And so it worked out perfectly for me because when I'm done TV and radio, it ends in March. And your seasons began, and the indoor game begins in the springtime, and I don't go back to TV and radio until August. So I basically got a nice vacation to take off for, and I said I wanted to do something. So when Tracy called me, I didn't know much about it. I did my homework, and I saw the players he brought on his ball club when they got together with the coaching staff. I watched the game. Do I want to do this again? And I wasn't sure. The first thing I told Tracy was, I'm not doing any coaching. I said, I've done that before. It's a little tough on the body and the hours. I said, I'll go there and help you out. I'll help you get players here. I will help you get sponsors. I will help you develop the stars. I will do everything I can off the football field to help you get the players for these coaches to be able to get the AIF championship. There's so many alphabet soup leagues, it's ridiculous. But the AIF is where we're at. And we're trying to win a championship here. Far and foremost, we're here to win champions. And I will say this, we will bring to the players, we will bring players in here that we find can play and win championships. So you're here based off of what you do per game. Coaches, I am not here to coach this football club, but I let them know that. I'm here to help them. With that in mind, we've been here for a week. I've been here a week. And I came here with the intent to win a championship. I do have some rings at home. I don't wear them. I would like to wear them, but I have carpal tunnel in my hands and things get kind of rough, and then the rings don't fit on my fingers. So I just put them on a mantle and tomorrow when I get home. Never won a Super Bowl, been through some championship, some playoff games in the NFL, but this is the object what we're here for. I'm glad to be here with Tracy and Crystal, his lovely wife, who, trust me, I think she runs the organization more than what Tracy does. You have to deal with her before you deal with Tracy. So being knowing that he is from Louisiana a little bit, it made it easy for me to adjust to come here. I told him I'll come here and do whatever I can to help this organization. We hear the rumors around what's going on here in Albuquerque in the past. The past is in the past. We're here to go forward with the stars. And we're going to finish the year. We're going to be here. We're going to play each and every game that we have to play. I guarantee that much. We're going to be here. And I'm here to also work in the community. It's not just about football. I will go around. I have been around. I've done enough around here to know my way around. So with that being said, I want to thank the city of Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, the state of New Mexico for having me here. I know I'm a coon-ass or a Cajun, whichever you want to call me. I will do as much as I can throughout the community with reporters, with the press, with the community, and I'm looking forward to working with everybody. So if I can do anything for anybody on the community-wise, and our players will be out and we'll be involved with charity, with the community, and we'll do as much as we can. If you want to, when this is said and done, we'll do interviews and we'll talk. If you want to open it to questions now, we can do that.
In a minute.
Okay, in a minute, we'll do that after, but I'm going to turn it back over to Tracy. Once again, I'm glad to be here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and to bring a winner here from the AIF League, and we'll see what happens this weekend to start it off. Thank y'all for having me.
There's one last gentleman I need to introduce, Ken Knoll. Ken is our media gentleman. He brings to us that the home games are streamed live off our website at nmstarsif.com. He's also archived the home games as well as any interviews. You can watch us all through there. He has been an amazing from the day I met him, the journey. He is helping us rebuild this dream. So I don't know, Ken, if you got a few seconds?
Sure.
So like I said, Ken is helping us rebuild this dream. We've got the streaming live in Europe, streaming live throughout the country, as well as, we've got some more surprises coming into the state, as well as the west side of Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. So thank you, Ken. I'll let you say a few words.
First of all, I'm a native New Mexican. I left New Mexico. I went and I worked in the film industry, and I produced television, I produced films, but my heart is in New Mexico. When I met Mr. Duran and his wife, and they said they were from New Mexico and they had a dream to own a football team, I said, I want to help you make this an internationally known football team. It's good for New Mexico, it's good for the players, it's good for everyone involved. So we're streaming the games, the home games. We're trying to make arrangements with the teams away. They don't have the facilities that we need, but eventually we'll get to the point. But it's about, the other part is we're going to be producing a reality show, 6 episodes. I've gotten commitment. We're streaming in Europe. I got a commitment from Europe to streaming in Europe. So it's about the story of the players, it's the story of the coaches. You know, I've been involved in football since I was playing junior high. I never had the opportunity to play at any level like this. But every football player I've ever known, their heart is in football. From little till they go around the country coaching and helping around football. So there's no greater story than continuously rebuilding the dream. I was talking with one of the players the other day, and it's amazing how, you know, you start at one level and you're at the beginning, and you grow to a football star in junior high school, then you start all over again, and then the football star in high school, college, and pros. It's an amazing story, and I want to thank Trace for giving me the opportunity to be part of this from behind the camera.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
All right. Last but not least, and I totally forgot this, Crystal, my wife. So she's in an empty chair. She's decided to go help one of the coaching staff with their child. So I'm sure she's out doing something with her. But I really appreciate everything she's done. So now, do we have any questions?
Is there a place I can find the stats from the last game? I didn't see them.
I'll be up front with you, Bob. I was so confused on that Friday because it was our first game under our first ownership that I tried to figure out the stats, and eventually I just said, forget about it. Let's just go play the game and let's take care of it. So no, I did not take care of the stats, and it's my fault.
Well, I mean, you were giving us some stats. I thought maybe there was some.
No, this is just us watching the game repeatedly because it's so exciting to see these gentlemen. It's a difference from, there's my beautiful wife, so thank you.
I'm going to answer the stats. From here on out, we will have stats. So if you want the stats, we will definitely have stats. We're not going to have a football game where we will not have stats. Somehow, some way, we'll make sure we have stats. We will get them out there. I will make sure that each and every arena we go to, that we play, we will definitely have football stats from each game.
And then I saw John in the New Orleans paper, they listed you as a GM. Is that the proper title, or
Director of Operations, GM? Well, I'm here to help this ball club. If you know, we're not here titles, but if that's fine, if that's what you want to say, GM, Director of Football Operations, I'm here to help. You know, Tracy and I discussed that we're not into the titles, but you know, some people he did post that in the paper, yes, in New Orleans. So whatever you want to call me, I'm here to help.
Yeah, Bob, I don't believe in titles. I don't believe anybody should be tied into what they are. I've said it several times over, but if we have to go do something, then we have to go do something. I don't care whether it's me and my wife. I don't care if it's a player. It is what we have to do to make this team better, and that's what we do. John was brought in to assist in every way, shape, or form. I don't know what I'm doing. Obviously, that's evident at times, but obviously in some way too, I do know what I'm doing because we've created this whole change of the stars. We've rebranded it. So he's here to assist me and my wife to make sure things run smoothly. He's here to advise any of the coaching staff as well as to help the players train harder, know what's in store for them as they grow in their careers, and mentor them. So, yeah, you can give them whatever title you want. There's really no title.
One thing I want to let you know too, I didn't mention this, was I will get each player, I will interview each player, I will talk to each player, we will have film for each player. I do have some ties in the CFL and the NFL. You know, obviously I played in the NFL. I have some connections with some people there. The thing I want to do is make sure these guys who I feel can play the next level, to put my name on something like that, I will help them try to get to another level. We're here to move these players up to another level. Maybe Arena 1, maybe the CFL, or maybe the NFL. If they're capable of playing, I will send that off film-wise. I'll put my name on it, and it will go from there.
More questions, please? Players, media? All right. My wife is finally back, so I'm going to let her say a few words on enjoy. Welcome to owning a team.
Wow. Well, first of all, I wasn't planning on getting up here and speaking because I am terrified of speaking in front of people. So this is an experience for me. I'm so happy for the team that we have. I mean, I'm so grateful. If you would have told me a year ago this is how it was going to be, I'd have told you to quit drinking your bath water because I did not see the light at the end of the tunnel, I'll be honest with you. But what we are today and what we're going to become is just something big here. I mean, we're going to explode. These boys are going to move up. They're going to go places. They're going to play for different teams. And I'm so glad that I get to be a part of that me and my husband do, of getting them there. And I'm so grateful for my players are all well-mannered. I mean, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. They're excellent people. I mean, I don't know what else to say about them. So I just hope that everybody comes out to the games. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement, a lot of fun for the family. Kids come out. Tickets are cheap, so that's it.
Sorry for embarrassing you, Crystal, but it is what it is. All right, guys. Our next game is Saturday, March 26th. It is in El Paso, Texas, against the West Texas Renegades. Our following game is against the Corpus Christi Fury on April the 4th in Corpus. And our next home game is April the 9th against these same team we're playing this weekend, the West Texas Renegades. We hit a 4-game home skid from April 30th to May 21st. At that point, after the May game, the last game, which is May 30th against the Colorado Charge up in Denver, we go into the playoffs. So I expect this team to go far. I'm looking forward to playing the Columbus Lions for the South Championship. And then I'm looking forward to playing Lehigh or the York Capitals or the River City Raiders for the North Championship. Everything will run through New Mexico.
Can you explain the playoff format? There's 10 teams on each side, and how does it work?
Okay, it's 10 teams on both sides. There's 3 from our division, as well as additionally 3 from the other division, with the last couple teams having the, what do they call them, the wild cards. From there, I guess we're going to have to experience it because this is our first year with the AIF. This is the first year the AIF has had a country divided, the North versus the South, with 25 teams. So it's an experience that we're just going to have to fill through. I can't really honestly answer you and give you a poignant, this is how it's going to work, because I just really have no clue. Anything else?
Basically, it works out is we got to get there first, and once we get there, they will make the easiest travel that you can get. Obviously, we're in New Mexico. If we had to travel, it would be someone from the South, and he brought up the Columbus Lions. They've been a team that's been long time playing. They've won a few championships. Chances are, you got Florida, you got Columbus. I mean, it depends on who we play in the South. We will not play a northern team, obviously, from the standpoint of that much travel. Once we get closer to the playoffs, the seeding will start to jockey into place. We'll figure out who's what, where, and how. We want to maintain first, get through a regular season. We'll worry about if we have to travel to Florida or travel to Georgia or wherever Atlanta, wherever it may be, or we're hoping that they would travel here, depending on their record and our record.
Wait, time out. It all flows through New Mexico. They will be traveling here.
It was great to have a home game, but just in case we have to travel, we will have to take this show on the road. We will have to do that. But we'd love to have all our games played here.
Again, April 9th, the next home game. The New Mexico Beauties will be with us. We will also have a car show. The game begins at 5 p.m., so you can bring your children. Ticket prices are $15, no parking fees. I did get the Santa Ana Star Center to waive the majority of all their convenience fees or service fees. Now, it is general admission, sit anywhere you want, other than the first 4 rows, which are $22, and those are reserved. So make sure you get everything early and get there early, because at 3:30 we have a car show. Doors open at 4 and game begins promptly at 5. Oh, I forgot to mention Santa Ana Star Center. They've been wonderful. They've been very accommodating. The city of Rio Rancho has been accommodating. Obviously, we couldn't have a team without an arena. And we have the only arena in the state of New Mexico that can handle an indoor football team correctly. So, all right, then I will conclude this, and thank you all for coming. I appreciate everybody being here, especially my players. You guys rock, and like I said, I have nothing but confidence in you guys. So my expectations are high, and it's crazy because your guys' expectations are even higher. Like I said, when we started this dream, we had a goal in mind. And every time we turn around, these goals keep going further and further. It's been amazing that we've gotten to the point we're at. It's exceeded any expectations I ever could have asked for with our team. So again, thank you guys, and thank you all for coming.